Hello everybody, it's Pineapple here, back with another video, and as you can see, we are doing another episode of the ever-lovely Reptile equals Diamond, and as you can see, we have reached gold, which means silver replays. Silver's kind of a slog if you've ever played Master Duel Ladder. It's a lot of self-TK bots, Duel Monsters players, literal children that make for suboptimal replays. But fortunately, I did find about 5 or 6 that were actually worth watching. So with that, let's hop into some replays and enjoy. Now, if the mate, and overall profile photo weren't enough to tip you off to the fact that we're playing against Dark Magician, me telling you should. So, unfortunately, they've made us go first, and we will start with Nunu, and we will dump Aliurit, just the Dark, and we'll pass, because it's Dark Magician, they can't kill us. They'll stack a copy of DM and normal this copy of Gaia. I have no idea what they're doing. Don't ask me, it's silver. But we will drop Reptilian Niami at the end step before they go to battle in order to zero it. We will tribute off and get out our copy of Dark. We'll summon out this copy of Arthurian, and then just overlay for Draclubion. This is the best going second play we can possibly make. We'll grab out Numeron Dragon, and this is the end of the game. You'll notice that we do this a lot. It's so effective, and the deck has so many different ways to get to level 8s that it's all I've got. So, yeah. Now, for our second replay, fortunately we are going second, which is always lovely for us. It's Utopia. They'll make Utopia. And from here they will equip their Tornado Bringer, which protects them from battle. But unfortunately for us, we have Storm, so we don't care that it's protected from battle, because we'll just clear it anyways. We'll drop Storm, and this will be the end of the game. We'll fire Snake Rain, because we're just the best player. Bins 4 guys. Nice. And trigger Night Serpent. From here we'll normal out Zoa, special out Nunu, and overlay for our King of the Feral Imps. From here we'll search Arthurian, and then we will proceed to trigger Dark. We'll let them grab back whatever they want. We don't really care here. We'll special out Arthurian, and then overlay for Draclubion because it is the greatest play ever. OTKs are very fun. We'll special Draclubion and make a huge Numeron Dragon. From here we'll detach. Numeron will go up to 12 over 13k, and the game is now over. Now, unlike the rest of my replays so far, this replay lasts more than a turn. They'll start with Swirl Slime because it's DDD, and they'll make Oracle King. Why? I don't know. They'll scale Copernicus and set one and pass. They had full combo. Don't ask me. It's silver. But I figured it was a better replay than anything. So we'll start with Niami. We'll pitch Nunu. We'll fire Niami to 0, and then also this copy of Zoa. We will tribute away for Reptilian Fiasca and tributing off their Oracle King. And then we will just attempt to give them back Swirl Slime because we have to by summoning out Dark. We'll trigger Zoa, we'll grab ourselves Light, pitch Light, and then try to get in for a whole bunch of damage. It's some random Burfamat, and we'll punch them for 26. We'll overlay for Harbinger, and we will pray that this is enough. We'll grab back our copy of Zoa because we need follow-up. Unfortunately, we get absolutely punished for this as they start with Fluid. They go into Foolish, but they'll go into Genghis and fire Foolish, and we're forced to negate. We should have kept the Ash here because they're going to immediately make overlay for Machinex and then make use Dark Contract with the Swamp. Well, we're immediately punished. They'll make Wolf and then proceed to pass because they don't want to lose their Wolf for some reason. Why, I don't know. But it's good news for us. We'll draw, and Spawn is basically the best draw in our deck. We'll start with Spawn, and we will grab, of course, our 2 ever lovely tokens, and we will overlay for Enchilada. We'll Enchilada to 0 their guy. They'll take our Enchilada, and truth be told, we do not really care here. We'll normal Zoa, tribute off Zoa, and get out our copy of Light. From here, we'll trigger Light in order to get out this copy of, Niami, chain blocking with Zoa. We'll get Water Lily, we'll send Niami, and we will use Niami to summon. And then we will tribute off for Ogdo Abyss. Unfortunately, we didn't have 5 different names in grave. We'll go to battle and walk in order to clear their copy of Machinex. We'll clear their whole board and pass back to them. Fortunately for us, they have nothing, woohoo! Which is good news for us. So they will just set one and use Swirl Slime to attempt to play the game. They'll wall up, and we will clean up the game from here. We'll find Snake Rain, which does absolutely nothing, and we'll just go to battle. They'll attempt to shuffle back all their guys in order to add 2, which is fine with me, because the game is over this turn, and they can't add anything that's going to help them. So we'll clean up the board here. So this might be the only Numeron Dragon OTK that I ever had to work for, and that's because I did it through Imperm. Our opponent's going to just pass because I made them go first, and they think that I have Numeron. Unfortunately for them, I'm on Numeron Dragon. We'll use Nunu to bin our guy, Special Nunu, and we'll attempt to add Snake Rain, or not Snake Rain, Water Lily. We'll get Impermed here, and then we'll make Feral Imps, and if that's the only interaction they have, which they did, it's bad news bears for them. We'll grab our Therian, we'll special out our copy of Codally, and special our Dark. They don't have anything engraved, so we get it for free. We'll special our Therian and make Numeron Dragon in order to end the game. It's a huge Numeron Dragon because we have Feral Imps, a whole 13,000. Yeah, this is the end of the game. That's all I have to say. So, once again, we are going second, fortunately. Our hand is fine. It's not the best. Unfortunately, it's better than set 1 pass. Yeah, we'll draw Dark Ruler, which is basically dead, and we'll start with now we'll bin Light, and then we will Nunu, and we will try to bin a copy of Dark, but they will immediately call it by, which kind of really sucks here. We'll fire Nunu, and we'll grab Water Lily, but we don't have the appropriate names engraved, so we'll bin this copy of the Altar of Flogus. We'll special out this copy of Codally that we search off of our ever lovely Reptilian Ramifications. We'll try to Feral Imps, and they'll Ash us, which really sucks, but we'll fire Water Lily, binning Ogdo Abyss, and we'll just bring him back for a huge board wipe. We'll clear the board, and then go for Spawn. Yeah, because Spawn is unbelievable. So we'll bring back Light, and then of course they will get back this copy of Tragedy. We'll bring back Flogus here. Here, we'll trigger Flogus in order to give them this Ash Blossom. And from here, we will link where Ogdo Abyss for Enchilada. We'll fire Enchilada to search another copy of Codally. And then we'll bring back Ogdo Abyss again, so we have another board wipe. And then we will clean up the board and hope that they have 0 follow-up, which, fortunately for us, they kind of do. They'll start by normaling everybody's favorite Albaz. They'll attempt to fuse away our guy, and we will immediately clear the board so that there's nothing for them to fuse with. They'll pass back to us, and from here we can kind of clean up the game. We draw Storm, which is kind of dead, but we already have everything we want. We'll tribute off for Light again, and in order to give them back the Fallen Valbaz, but unfortunately for them, they don't realize that I have given them a negated monster. We'll bring back our copy of Naomi and get Water Lily. We'll bin a copy of Dark and bring back Dark, and from here we'll make Numeron Dragon and end the game. But first we'll put back our 2 guys in order to facilitate a grind game should we need it. We'll get Numeron Dragon here, and the game is now over. So our next match is up against Cyber Dragon, which is good for us because they're going second deck, and so are we, but we get to make them go first. They'll link off for Almirage with the core, they'll grab Hertz, and they'll just pass back to us. Cyber Dragon does nothing going first, so good news for us. We'll draw Snake Rain, which is literally the best draw in our deck. We'll fire Snake Rain and pitch Flogus, and they have Ash Blossom, which really, really sucks for us because we don't have a whole lot. We'll normal summon this copy of Zoga. We'll overlay for Imps, and we'll attempt Imps here. Thankfully, they are out of Ash Blossoms. We will grab our ever lovely Therian. We'll special out Therian equipping Flogus and go into battle in order to walk in for a whole bunch of damage. We'll set our copy of Droplet and hope they get nothing. But we do know they have Hertz, so they do actually have something no matter what we do. From here, they'll special Cyber Dragon and Raigeki us. Thankfully, though, they also get to just use this copy of Horizon to grab. I forget which one it is. But they'll trigger Hertz and Chimera. They'll bin even more guys and add back Core, which is very, very bad for us. And they will protect all of their fusions with Eternity. From here, they'll normal summon Core again. And we're just going to have to let them go through it. They'll special summon Natashi as well as Core. We can't let them get to Power Bond because this ends the game for us, unfortunately. So we do have to negate this. They'll link off for Seeger. and just make a Chimera attack. From here, they'll just punch us for a whole bunch of damage, specifically 20, because they used Seeger effect for some reason, but they didn't read their own card, which says I don't take damage if they increase the attack. We'll draw Water Lily, which is literally the best draw in our deck. We'll fire Water Lily, and we'll bin Arcto Abyss. We'll get back Arcto Abyss, and wipe their board, and force them to be on top deck. They need to draw something a little crazy here, and I don't think there's anything that does it for them. So we'll pass back on a dead Arcto Abyss, and hope they have nothing. Fortunately for us, they do get to use Core to special out Hurts and trigger Hurts, but there's nothing that they can really get from here, so they will concede. Now, this next match is me losing to Sprite, but not because there's too much I could do. It's the only match that I could think of that I didn't die to Floodgates, Max C, that, just ended the game immediately and was unfun. They'll, do standard Sprite things. I can't believe I lost this. It's literally just on the grind because I actually misplayed here. They'll get wrap red off Gigantic, make it Elf, and they'll Elf to bring back their copy of Carrot. From here, they'll special Pixies. Why? I don't know. They could have just kept it in hand. But we've drawn pretty mediocre, but we'll start with Droplet, we'll send 2, and we will negate them. We'll Nunu here, and they'll chain red even though they haven't read Droplet, as well as chain Elf. Elf is what really does us here. We'll bin Naya, and they will trigger blue. They'll grab Jet for next turn, so they have Starter and Jet for next turn. We'll special Nunu, and then pitch this copy of our ever lovely Ramifications to grab Spawn and another Ramif, and then we will banish our Naomi, in order to get our 2 tokens. From here, we will link off for Enchilada. We really need more gas here, so we will 0 their guy, but they have the Failer, which is basically, we needed that to resolve. From here, we'll make Feral Imps, but unfortunately, there's not really enough gas here. We'll Feral Imps, we'll grab a copy of Naoya, we'll grab Water Lily, and then we will link everything away for Zerol, but Zerol doesn't really achieve much because we don't have a way to tribute. We'll fire Water Lily. I really should have binned Alien Kid here. I'm not sure why I didn't. It was very big misplay on my part. I should have, given myself a target to use Zerol. I misplayed really badly, so I scooped it up and I couldn't outgrind them, knowing that. So for our last replay, I thought I'd include my gold game. It's against Lightsworn. They'll just normal summon Jane and, bin 2. They'll get to equip a guy and add, JD. But we don't really care. There's nothing that they can have that can beat our ridiculous hand, which gets more ridiculous when you draw Spawn. We'll storm their back row, and it was Chaos Space was their mystery card. We'll bin Spawn, and then just, bin everything we want. We'll trigger Serpent, 0 their guy, and then special out this copy of Arthurian before sinking away for Barone. Hooray! I love Barone. We'll use Naomi to summon back, and then tribute off the Serpent to get out our copy of Light. We'll trigger Light, and we'll grab our copy of Nunu, and then we will link off for Enchilada. Here, we'll fire Water Lily, we'll bin Arcto Abyss, and bring him back. And then we will Enchilada to search. We'll grab this copy of Codally, special Codally, and then we will, just overlay for another King of the Feral Imps. Thank God he doesn't have a once return. And then we will add some follow-up in the event that they have some way to stop us, i.e. an Honest. We'll bring back. We'll normal. We'll grab another copy of Water Lily for next turn, and then overlay for a second King of the Feral Imps, just so that even when they do have this Honest, we have more than enough for lethal. We'll start with Enchilada. They do have Honest. Thank God we played around it, so we'll crash and then get in for well over lethal. So for our upcoming matches in Gold, I'm hoping that we can get, more interesting matches. Gold is where people, start to have like basic deck building skills. And hopefully I don't have to change too much. I do have some ideas for how to change it and improve it now that I've played with the deck a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to just, seeing how far I can take this. I've got high hopes with how fast I've hit Gold. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you very much enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.